Okay, so remember that Value Village that I said I'm never going to? Well, I went to it. I was in the area and I thought, hey, let's go see if the prices are still stupendous. And spoiler alert, they were still. Look at this little squirrel baby, $10.99. Moving on, I was going to be spending some time in the art section as usual, looking for some cool original art or even some cool mirrors or vintage art or collectibles like Mickey Mouse. So it said these paintings were lithographed, and I was like, that's pretty cool and kind of vintage. However, they were $8.99 for two of these. So it's a bit too steep for me. I try to keep the average cost of my haul to $5. And in this store, if I did a haul, my average cost would be $8.50 probably, and that's a bit much. Okay, so I've seen people use these as to dry their flowers on. They hang them upside down, how you're supposed to hang flowers to dry them. So I thought that was a really cool idea, but just knowing this thrift store, I knew that it was going to be expensive, so I didn't even bother really looking at the price. I do not know which video games these were from, but they were beautiful and huge. And if you were into that, then oh my god, such a good find. So this map was really old school fantasy type looking, and it was for the Niagara Falls wineries. I thought it was kind of cool. There was no price on it, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to sell it, so I didn't end up getting it. Again, just to be clear, I came to this Value Village to see the prices and just hang out, but not really looking to buy unless I found anything cool, which right this second I did. I have been looking for brass hooks for so long for myself, personal use. $7.99 for two of these. It is expensive, but because I'm buying for my personal use, I bought them. I did find more of these brass hooks later on as well, so I bought all of them. So two more packs of these for $7.99 each. It was a bit expensive, but like I said, this is for my personal use, and they were in really good condition, and they're brass, which is what I wanted, so. Very contemporary candle holders. This was also very contemporary. It looked like metal, but I don't think they were brass, and it was like a electronic candle holder thing. So this candle holder looked very cool, but very contemporary as well. So, and I think you can find something like this at Home Sense for $7.99. I left it behind, mostly because it wasn't vintage. I found a crystal candle, but just the one for $6.99. I ended up leaving it behind. I found these kitty cats before. I do like them, but I haven't been able to sell. So I'm not exactly sure what was happening with this. Is this the bottom of a fairy lamp? I'm not sure. Then in the cup section, usually these fancy ones are $10, but at this thrift store, they were at $20 each. And I guess if you're a collector, you come and you get these for $20, but not me. Brass bells, I do regret not getting these because this would have been cool for Christmas. So these were all like seahorses, like a sculpture of seahorses. Kind of felt like metal, but I wasn't sure what was going on. And when I finally did get it out, I realized it's electronic. And I'm not exactly sure if it's like what goes on top of it. I'm not sure. So this is my first brass find. This is a little door stopper 649, very contemporary. I could tell that it's very new from HomeSense. This one, however, did look vintage. The base was like stone. For $9.99, I did leave it behind. I found a swan and I was like, metal swan, that's kind of cool. Maybe a ring holder. But you guys know I've been looking for a brass swan for a while, so I liked it, but I left it behind. Found some Mexican pottery. I did like this one. It was very cool with the wolves and the scene on it. I do like Mexican pottery. Because my sales have been low on Etsy, I've been kind of holding off. But looking back now, I think maybe I should have grabbed them. That would have been cool. This one had very cool glaze. The pink and the green gave me like mid-century vibes, and it might have been mid-century pottery. It wasn't badly priced, but I left it for someone else. Here's a pewter frame. It was for $5.99. I'm not sure about the doves on the top, so I left it. Some of these wooden frames can sometimes be really cool looking, so I was checking everything out to make sure I don't miss anything. I was happy to find this brass frame. It was falling apart though, so I ended up leaving it. I thought this was a very cute gift for somebody, maybe. You start there at kindergarten, and I'm kind of sad that they left the kindergarten picture in there, anyways. And then you put in first grade all the way to 12th grade. I thought that was kind of cool for school pictures, and also kind of sad that they left their kid there. Here's the rest of the brass I found. This is a turtle. I was kind of happy to find this turtle for $8.49. This bell was all dented everywhere, but was still for $8.49. Anyways, I put the turtle in my cart and I walked around for a bit. This box for $8.49, too contemporary. Left it behind. I think it was Home Sense Winners or something. Then there was this little vase, $6.49, so cheaper, but still a bit much. Especially since Value Village is this plus tax of 13%. So, like I said, this turtle did call out to me, but I don't know, I didn't grab it. I did put it in my cart and walked around with it for a bit though. This is a tiered tray thingy. Oh, this is another one of those. There's supposed to be wine glass holders, but this one was $8.49 as well. So this is the tiered tray that they had disassembled and put here. Kind of cool, but very contemporary. This box for $7.99 seemed like it was in good condition, had that brass plaque on top with the fish on it. I don't know, kind of odd, but $7.99 seemed a bit much for me right now. So this one was kind of cool. The shelf had like a painted. It was painted on top for $4.99. It was not bad actually. So I found a set of these coffins that had the velvet inside. So somebody had worked on them, obviously. And I don't know. I know that you could get these from the dollar store, so I didn't end up getting them. I'm not sure what this was, so I tried to like work with it for a bit and then I left it. This set there was 5 pieces for $9.99, but there was only 3. This looked like the 1970s set of sugar bowls, but the colorful ones, but one was missing a lid, I guess. I'm not sure what was going on. And this was chipped. Looking at some napkin holders, but look at this soup bowl and soup dishes. It was really cool. Hello, piggies. How are you? This was large goblet for $7.99. Seemed a bit contemporary. Wasn't sure about this one either, if it was vintage or not. Then I found something hiding, and these were candle holders for $12.99. Either somebody actually hid them here, or not sure why the price is so high on them either. Lots of crystal, apothecary jars, now in the glass section. Here I started looking for tongs because I know I broke mine, but then I was like, the ones that I was finding were like $5 or whatever, but none of them seemed like they were in good shape. Anyways, I did find this ladle and it was made of blown glass, and I was like, whoa, what is going on here? Why is this here by itself in this section? But then I also put it back right there. These were kind of cool, the forks and knives holders. Cute. Reminds me of summer. I found these beautiful set of cobalt blue Pyrex bowls for $14.99. I was so tempted to get them. I carried them around my cart, sent a picture to my family, and said, please, somebody replace your nasty bowls with these beautiful vintage bowls, and nobody wanted them. Anyways, hindsight, I mean, I do have a bowl like a set like this, but it's not cobalt blue, and this is one of my favorite colors. Hindsight, should have bought them. Here is a stool. It was kind of cool. It looked like it was made of, like, it was well made. It was $17.99. Then just browsing through the lamp section, I found these lanterns, kind of cool. Once again, just checking stuff out, showing you guys what's happening in the store. And then this one I think these are spoon holder cabinet thingy for collectors. Could have also been for flowers, just saying. A lot of cool stuff in the sports section here too. This was a bowl, and it said that it has lid, but for $7.99, but there was no lid, and I was like, what's going on? Checking out the baskets because they seemed kind of cool. And then I found brass ducks. Do you know how rare these are? Of course, each one was for $20. And I also found this knocker for $8.49. I really liked it. It looked so beautiful. Only problem is I live in a condo and you can't change your door. So I didn't get the knocker. But look at the ducks for $20 each. I'm just happy I found them at the thrift store because, it's rare to find them. And that's it. I just left them sitting there. In fact, I gave them a little friend, and look how beautiful this knocker is. The detail of the ring on the finger, oh my God. Then I was just looking around to see what else did I miss last time. And I noticed this typewriter thing, I don't know. And then I noticed these hooks. They were kind of cool. Very contemporary looking, but definitely cool for like outside. Very Art Nouveau style for sure. Then in the candle section, I guess I had missed this before. I found a candle snuffer, brass as well. It was also for, I believe, $8.49 or $7.99. Can't remember. $7.99. Anyways, I left that too. But I left my little turtle with the duckies. How cute do they look? Thank you so much for watching my video, guys. Remember to subscribe. Bye.